Alright, guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. So we just have four countries right now in the African Cup of Nations women's category. Nigeria already qualified. Nigeria and Morocco qualified on Friday. They were waiting for the games on Saturday to see who they will be meeting in the semifinals coming up this week. And then yesterday we saw, the final rounds of the quarterfinals being played. Senegal versus South Africa locked horns, and then it was a very difficult game. And then in penalty shootout, where Senegal converted just one of the penalties, and then South Africa converted um, four of their penalties. So this means that we will be meeting South Africa in the semifinals coming up on Tuesday around 5 p.m. That is what it's going to be right now. And then for Morocco, they will be meeting the likes of Ghana, who defeated Algeria in the semifinals, also played in the quarterfinals, also played yesterday. And was also very difficult, just like the first game. It went into penalties. Ghana came up tops with four goals conversion, and then the likes of Algeria scoring just two. So it was really really very interesting. And again, it's going to be even more interesting this semifinals because all of these countries are really capable of going all out to win this competition. They are very very capable. Nigeria, of course, they are the top dogs in this competition. They've won it a record 9 times. They are chasing the 10th one at this moment. So obviously, uh, everyone will be looking up to them to go out and win this. But you cannot also forget the host nation, Morocco, who are very bent on retaining this cup. They are hosting it. They want to keep this cup in their country. So they are also pushing to get this one. South Africa, they are the current holders of the cup. They won it the last time. So obviously they are still showing that they have a really strong squad who can keep going and possibly win it back to back. And then for Ghana, they have a really good team, good young team that are really hungry. They are looking like they want to make history. This set of players, they look like they want to make history. But that is what's happening. As I said, it's going to come up on Tuesday evening, 5 p.m. is the time for Nigerian uh, Super Falcons match versus South Africa. Again, this is a match that will obviously resurrect all of the bragging rights that we have, because whether you like it or not, South Africa are now rising to the level of rubbing shoulders with Nigeria. I mean, every time we have games, it's always difficult. Talk about the men's games, it's very difficult. Talk about the women's game, it's also very difficult. But we'll see what happens, guys. Moving away from that, the Super Falcons of Nigeria have now been backed by the chairman of the NSC. That's the biggest sporting body in Nigeria. They're actually ahead of NFF. They're bigger than NFF, the National Sports Commission, and it's being chaired by Shehu Diko, who has now come out recently to, to give some financial boost to the Super Falcons of Nigeria. And in a statement, he clarified that the Super Falcons money, bonuses, salary, or whatever it is, should be prioritized. It has to be a priority for the NFF. And he has now warned the NFF that they should not touch the money, the prize money or bonus money or whatever it is that the girls have been able to make throughout the course of this WAFCON competition, that they shouldn't touch it until they've removed their share from it. And while he was saying, he mentioned that their share of the total money should be around 30%. So if NFF are planning to do whatever they want to do with the money, they have to make sure that they will remove the 30% for the girls before touching the money to do whatever project that they have in mind. And as it stands now, we've actually earned a lot of money. The state that we are now, I think we've already bagged up to like $300,000. But if we go on and win this if we go on and play in the semi-final, uh, we will be walking away with $500,000. It doesn't matter if we progress beyond that, just by qualifying to the semi-finals and playing a match in it guarantees us 500,000. And then if we go on to the final to win it, we are guaranteed to be walking away with $1 million. So if we eventually win it, which of course that's what everyone is hoping for in the country, then obviously it means that 30% of that 1 million is to be shared among the girls, the Super Falcons management, the players, the supporters club, every department that actually helped to get the job done. So this is what Shehu Diko has now come out to say, and it's really very important that he said this because, I mean, we all know to some extent how NFF work in this country. Sometimes, they don't really prioritize the salary of these girls, not just the girls, but also the, the men's team as well. So it's good for someone who has a higher authority to actually come out right now and tell them before they even get the money, before the money comes into their hands. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be very interesting. The semifinals coming up at the end of the day, Super Falcons uh, will know that it's a very serious game. I'm sure they will not want to underrate or look down on the South African team. Of course, they are the defending champions, so they'll be very, very little. They would want to show why they won it the last time. But it's going to be a big fight. Super Falcons, anytime, any day, they can beat any team. And as a matter of fact, I expect them to get results in this game.